What's up, guys? This is going to be your guide to 10-man Beth'tilac Heroic. This fight is, it's not too complex in, like, the actual mechanics, but it's a very big, like, healer upkeep and, like, damage throughput sort of fight. So, basically, right here, we are going to start out stacking in the middle, as you just saw, and we're actually going to pop CDs here as well, just to, like, keep people alive. So, you're noticing that we're rolling, like, barrier, we got, like, healing rain sound and stuff, because it's going to be a little bit of raid-wide damage at the start. This just helps the healers save mana, mostly. So basically, once the fight starts, there's going to be a couple spinners that spawn, and at the same time, you're going to have spiderlings come out from the sides. These spinners, basically, you need to taunt them down to the ground if you have a taunt available, and you also need to kill them. You're noticing this lava burst that they just sent out right there. That lava burst does a lot of damage, and you kind of don't want like a bunch of these guys firing these off, otherwise it's just going to eat up all the healer's mana. We only 2-healed this fight. I have looked at a bunch of logs for this fight, and like it seems like about 50% of the top guilds were 3-healing it. So like if you are able to 3-heal it, that can potentially work. You'd have 2 healers on the ground and 1 upstairs. But if you don't have the damage for it, you probably can't get away with 3-healing it, because like I said, there's a lot of damage like throughput in this fight. So basically, your group is going to be separated into 2 groups. You're going to have an upstairs group, and you're going to have a downstairs group. The upstairs group is going to go upstairs by taunting these guys down and taking the web upstairs, right? For our upstairs group, we have a Blood DK, we have a Rogue, and then we have a Disc Priest. And the reason we do this is because these guys all kind of crank. The Disc Priest on the ground, he's not going to be like super helpful compared to a Holy Paladin who can heal like a lot of targets, right? And the Disc Priest is also nice because he can just, like, he does a lot of damage, right? So he can do damage to the boss while upstairs. And then basically we have 3 people who are doing a sizable amount of damage to the boss. So it can be pretty nice, right? The downstairs team is made up mostly of ranged, and the reason for this is because they're the best at killing the spiderlings. It's just a lot more easy for these people to like hit them rather than having like a melee, like a warrior charging. Now they can do that, so it's not the end of the world if you have a bunch of melee. I know most groups aren't assembled like this, but this is just what we have. This is what people wanted to play. It's not like we were min-maxing or anything, right? Start out the fight. Basically, everybody is focused on these spinners that came down, except for myself. I am taking care of the spiderlings right away. I'm not like intended to kill them all alone. People will need to help with these eventually, but I'm just holding them at bay for like the first wave with my cooldowns while everybody else deals with the spinners, because the spinners are the #1 priority. So basically, I'm over here killing the spiderlings. There's a couple of mobs here. There's the spiderlings, and then there's the broodlings that come in. You see the broodling right there? What you need to do with the broodlings is you run over them, and you Goomba stomp them, and they'll explode, right? When they explode, they do about 50% of your HP, so you don't really want to soak if you're below like 70. Make sure that you're topped up. Shaman are pretty good for these because you can cast while moving. You also heal while moving, too, in some situations with your Nature's Swiftness or Ancestral's Grace or whatever it's called. So that can be kind of nice, right? But basically, yeah, you want to keep those spiders at bay. They will spawn at 1 of 3 points. You notice I have them marked right here. One's right to the right of the entrance, one's over here on this ledge, and then the other one's to the left over here. And basically, yeah, you're just going to kind of look for where these spiders are coming from and then stomp the broodlings. Once the spinners are dead, this phase becomes pretty easy. But basically, that's the hard part of the fight, is that initial start where you're just trying to catch up on the ads, right? After this, basically what you got to do is you kind of want to separate 2 different people. So you notice, like, I'm on the left side, and then we have our other shaman on the right side. And basically this makes it so whichever way the broodlings go, we are ready to stomp them. So, and you want to do this, make sure just to make sure that the explosion doesn't happen in the middle of the raid, because this is kind of where people want to stack with the drone. This is where the healer is ideally going to be. If you have one of these broodlings blowing up the healer, it's not going to be a good time. So just make sure that you're soaking these before they get into the raid. Yeah, that's going to be like basically the whole thing. Hey guys, while editing, I realized that I forgot to mention, the drones will periodically fixate on people, and basically if they're fixated on you, you just need to stand in the middle. Just get away from the spiderlings so that they're not about to eat them, and then you can tank the drone. It doesn't really do any damage. So yeah, if you're fixated, just bring it away from the spiderlings and you'll be fine. After a couple of seconds, maybe it's like a minute or something, he'll do Smoldering Devastation upstairs, and this means that all the upstairs people need to drop down. So they need to come down to the ground, and then that way they won't die to Smoldering Dev. And then they will go back up in the exact same way. We'll have some spinners come down, we'll taunt the spinners down, and then they'll go back up, and then, yeah, you repeat. While this is happening, you're noticing that she's also AoEing the raid, because there's nobody upstairs. She just does this when there's nobody upstairs. There's some mage cheese that you can do. Basically, you go up there, and before Smoldering Devastation happens, you ice block, and then after you ice block, you like mirror image, and then after that, you like invis or something. There's like a bunch of different things that you have to do to live. You like maybe cauterize and stuff. In 10-man, It didn't feel like it was worth it for us to do that, just because we were losing that extra range DPS downstairs. And like with a rogue on our team, the rogue can only really do damage to the drones. So it didn't really make a ton of sense to have that be a thing. But it kind of depends on your group, right? If you feel like your healers aren't keeping up, that's potentially a way that you could help with a little bit of damage. But most of the time, it's going to be like an ad management thing down here. If the ads are kept under bay, there's not going to be as much damage going out, so you guys should be fine. Other little things, make sure that if you're soaking a broodling, if you have like a defensive, that can be nice. Also, if the drone is dead and there's nothing for the tanks to tank, he can run and soak broodlings, and they just do that super effectively. You see our blood DKs over there doing that right now. So that can be pretty nice if they are available, right? After that, you're going to go into phase 2. Phase 2, everybody stacks in the middle. You have to do this 3 times, by the way, so that's kind of how phase 2 happens. Once phase 2 happens, you guys all stack right here. All the ads need to be dead. If there are any spiders alive, she will eat them. If the drones are alive, you can just passively cleave them. The drones aren't too big of a deal. But the spiderlings need to die instantly before this phase starts, or as the phase starts. Once you guys have stacked up at the initial start, you're noticing like it's kind of, we got to stabilize, right? People are low. There's like stuff blowing up. I think we even have a spider blow up in the raid. Yeah, it's horrible, right? So everyone's just taking a ton of damage. It just looked like it was going to be a wipe almost for a second. But just top everybody up, throw out some heals if you can. Once everybody's topped, you kind of just sit here and you DPS the boss, and you're going to roll raid CDs eventually. So we ended up popping Lust right here. We could probably have saved it a little bit later just so that like, people have it available for when there's actually damage coming out, so it helps out the healers and stuff like that. But like once you get to like around 14-ish stacks, keep an eye on your raid's health. And when it feels like you guys are taking too much damage, you can pop Barrier, right? You can pop DG, you can pop Aura Mastery, you can pop Him, just like any of those CDs that you have available, Trank, stuff like that, Spirit Link, all awesome options, right? You're just going to roll CDs until you kill the boss. There's nothing else to do here, it's just damage. For tanks, basically, there's not a lot to know. Tanks are going to be taking the drone in the first phase when they can, and then spinners as well. They'll also be taunting those guys, right? And then during this phase, there's the boss, and you're just going to tank swap whenever she does Widow's Kiss, and make sure that you're not standing on top of each other, because I think it makes you explode. Upstairs tank, you just tank the boss, make sure that she's not standing in any of the fire and stuff that goes out, and you should have your kill. Shouldn't be too bad. If you guys have any questions on this, let me know. Just mentioning the comp again, it's a 2-tank fight, 2 healers is what we did. You can run 3 if you have the damage for it. But kind of like figure out what works for your group. It is worth mentioning, if you guys have made it this far in the video, if you guys are struggling on this fight, it's not one of the easier 10-man fights, at least right now with the current gear level. So you might want to try maybe doing Alistrazar first. We have a guide on that. Rylith, we have a guide on that as well. And Shanox, we'll have a guide on that coming out soon. So those fights are all going to be easier than this one, at least that in my opinion. Also, if you guys enjoy this type of content, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Let me know that you want more of this stuff. And obviously, I stream on Twitch, so if you guys want to check it out. Other than that, thanks, guys. I appreciate you, and I'll see you in the next one. Don't panic on CDs either. We're not going to roll them like right away. We're going to wait for a few stacks, and then we'll go. That's for defensive CDs. Offensive CDs just blow everything.
GG out.
Focus on spinners right now. I'm going to get these spiderlings a little bit.
Tank up. Healer up.
I'm stuck, King.
Coming up.
I'm gonna get this next soak. Square still. Finish off the spinner in the middle, please.
Good job there, Tane. That was wonderful.
Broodling going right side, AFK.
It's like a little trap right on star. Don't step there. It's gone. I was gonna say, if you don't want to accidentally go out, don't step on
Fixating
it.
safety. Just kite away from spiders. Good job. And it's off you. You're good.
When he soaked that other broodling.
Just step there and face tank it.
That's what I did.
Coming from square still. God, I hate this shit.
Yeah, we're about to come down.
Gonna be big damage here if you guys want to roll a CD. Call it.
We AM'd?
I just did.
Okay. I'll save him.
Good soaks, guys. Kill these spinners.
New drone.
Square again.
Yeah, I'll get the one in the gunk. I'm going up right now.
Tank up.
Watch the broodlings. AFK, you got first.
Healer up.
I should be up.
I can get next.
Fixing Heka.
Still some spinners. Clean them up. I'm getting next soak. Ads are coming from triangle. We got one more broodling from square. AFK, that's you. Everyone on ads now. I'm soaking. You can hit the drone. One more broodling. That's AFK.
Heka.
New drone.
And I got this last broodling. We're getting from square again. Smoldering dev soon.
Come back down.
I'm going to run forward and get first soak.
Safety.
Big damage right here.
I'm gonna him here.
Nice.
I have DG up in 2 if you need it. Call it.
Okay, spinners are coming down. Kill the spinners.
You can save it.
Okay.
I can get this soak, I think.
Where you want to go?
Tank up.
I'm going up right now.
Healer up.
From triangle right here. Kill those spinners. Kite away from spiderlings right now, please.
My pain suppression, dude.
Chulubi, can you soak that? Good soak, AFK.
New
Kill
drone.
these spinners. They need to die right now.
There's a broodling coming in.
Broodling, watch broodling. Finish low drone here, please.
This is the third one, yeah?
Yep.
Fixing Shalubi.
Popping him.
Still got one more broodling coming from X here. Can you soak that? I'm low. And I'll get this last broodling.
I got it.
You got it? Okay. Triangle?
Alright,
Base
well,
I got first soak. We gotta kill these ads, but stack in middle, okay? Nuke down all the ads that we have left right now. Ignore the drones once we get to the next phase. Just cleave them. Spiderlings cannot reach the boss. Okay, stack on star right now. One more broodling, I'm soaking it.
Are we stacking on star? I thought we were splitting this.
Stack on star
Yeah,
if
you're
you're a tank.
stacking.
Don't worry about it.
I see, I understand.
One more broodling. Move. Step right.
Was that the taunt there? I didn't.
Sam.
Personals right now.
Yeah.
You'll see Widow's Kiss on
fine.
me.
Widow's Kiss, 10 seconds. I see it. Okay.
Kiss soon.
I'm lusting right now.
Okay, take it. Nice.
Taunted.
Potions if you got them.
Watch threat for a second.
Yep, I'm chilling.
Made a real cooldown to the end because she does ramping damage.
I have DG up.
Kiss
Call it.
soon.
I have barrier as well.
On iron.
I'll probably start rolling barrier after the next one. Maybe not. Let's see.
I'm gonna War Mastery this next one.
I gave you pain.
I don't have it. Oh well.
GI. I'll barrier.
Yeah, don't get greedy. We're chilling.
Kiss soon.
Big kill incoming.
Yeah, I'm trying. I'm falling behind. Don't Cata.
Woo!
Big defensive rolling.
Can you DG?
DG out.
Personals, if well, not yet. I'm like pretty
Oh,
tapped, you know?
personals.
So yeah, personals.
I can give you a mana.
Rolling a low defensive. Watch Scott.
Ska's dead. 1 mil, guys. Just keep bumping.
I have Widow's Kiss.
I have pain
I'm gonna
suppression
take-
on.
I'm gonna take a
Kiss
dickload
soon.
of damage right now.
We got it.
Suppression.
Nice.
GG.